today's video, we're revisiting two 380 firearms, giving them the Hollywood Squares 12 topic treatment. The two firearms we're looking at in today's video are the SIG P238 and the Kimber Micro 380. Both of these firearms are micro 1911 style pistols chambered in 380 ACP. Before we dive into the numbers on our 12 ranking squares, it's time we see these two firearms in action yet again. Let's hit the range. I'm going to do a single shot and then 3 sets of double taps with the first magazine. I will reload. I will then do a single shot with my normal grip, 2 shots right-handed, 2 shots left-handed, 2 shots with my offhand two-handed grip. We're going to start with the SIG 238. This is the SIG 1911 style, micro 1911 style pistol in 380 ACP. We will be using 2 7-round magazines for each firearm today. I'm going to do the SIG at the bottom left target. The Kimber will be at the bottom middle target. Here we go. Now, hopefully I remember to shoot in the order I just described. Okay, first 7 shots. 4 on the paper, accuracy pretty mediocre. That's all me. Here we go. Let's do our next 7. Here we go. Man, one of those is a perfect. I'll take it. I'll take it. SIG really didn't do well at all on the first set of units. Let's see if the Kimber takes advantage. Holy snot. Hold on a minute. Okay, we're going to do the top left target. Yeah, that's not good. That's not good. So anyway, top left with the Kimber. Here we go. Same sequence. And I actually want to load it up the same way that I did the SIG. Here we go. For comparison's sake. Kimber will unfortunately have the advantage by virtue of the second. One of the two is going to have the advantage today. First 2 shots out of the Kimber, spot on. After that, I would say fairly similar results. Let's see how it does with magazine 2. Here we go. Right now, the advantage on paper is on the Kimber. In today's video so far, advantage in terms of reliability after 2 magazines to the SIG. Let's see what happens as the day goes on. Looking at the numbers side by side, and the words on paper are very similar. The differences in number here are due more to the cosmetic differences than a game of one-upmanship by the manufacturers, in my opinion. Taking a closer look at both firearms, while they're both, quote, 1911 inspired, the P238 has more of what I'm calling the SIG look. The first time I recall seeing the SIG look was on the original P220. I don't know, probably back during season 2 of the X-Files. In addition to the more squared look, it also has a larger ejection port that is open across the full width of the slide. On the flip side, the Micro 380 has a more rounded look, with lines more similar to that of the 1911 it is styled after. This rounded versus SIG squared look is one area that accounts for some of the slight measurement differences. Another is the different beaver tail style. The P238 has a shorter, more stubby beaver tail, while the Micro 380 has a longer, more flourished beaver tail. It is also worth mentioning that, as far as my 2 firearms go, the Micro 380 has a larger hammer, safety, and slide release. They are easier to find and use compared to those on my P238. Let's move on. We're going to start these 2 magazines, this time with the Kimber at the bottom target. Here we go. And we're just going to do 2 normal, using our regular grip. Here we go. Okay, my first shot was just me being terrible. My next were okay. Here we go. Let's see if I can do my next 7 over here. Good thing the safety is like that. Oh, we're up there. Slow on that. See that one tank right off my eyeball glass protector? Whew. That's why safety glasses are important. Target's not too terrible. Let's see how the SIG does now. Just doing the same slow measured at the top target. SIG won the competition. A few weeks ago in our 380 ranking video, we had the P238 and the Micro 380 ranked the same in all areas. After multiple trips to the range, we can safely say these two firearms should not be ranked the same in all 12 squares. Some of them, yes, but not all. Let's dig into these 12 squares now, tiny plate style. Starting with accuracy, in many ways, these two firearms are neck and neck in the accuracy race. But for me specifically, the P238 has the edge. The Hogue grip and how the firearm sits in my hand as a result likely is the biggest factor in that. For reliability, this is another one where out the gate, my experience with the two firearms had them placed the same. But after the weeks and multiple range trips have happened, a trend has started to develop. The P238 has gotten more reliable for me, while the Micro 380 remains at the same level it's always been. Some commenters suggested I try a different recoil spring on the P238 because they wear out quick, but I don't think that's at play with my 238 yet. I might have found it on a used shelf, but from the stickers and everything else that were still on it, I think it was technically used, but was unfired by the previous owner. Now that I've shot it a bit, it feels finally broken in. It's not quite at the 100-ish% level like some of my other 380s, but it's noticeably better than the first week. Now I go days without failure, not just a magazine or three. Moving on to the recoil square. Without Hogue grips, I'd rank these firearms the same. However, because you can get the Hogue grip for the P238 and not the Micro 380, for me this gives the advantage to the P238. Both the Micro 380 and the P238 have very manageable recoil for a 380, but for those who need a little extra help to make it manageable, the ability to add that Hogue grip means for me, the SIG is getting the advantage on the recoil square. Does the Hogue grip affect the two firearms ranking for you? Let us know in the comments what you think. Fred thinks Tritos help the ranking. For concealability, this is an area where both these firearms are ranked the same for me. Again, I'm able to conceal carry both these firearms using the same holsters, carry style, and what I'd say the same level of comfort. For grip, Hogue grip aside, both these firearms have replaceable grip panels, so again, I'm ranking them the same. If you don't like what they come with, you can find or make something that works for you. A very similar point is at play for sights. Both these firearms feature full-size replaceable sights as the default option. If you're not a fan of them, you can easily replace them with something you do like. Trigger is one area where I expected to find some difference between either the reset or the break or the feedback or something. But as the shooter, I was unable to tell a difference between the triggers on these two firearms. I'd call them the standard, functional, not a competition, single action only trigger. To not be even more of a broken record, for capacity, cleaning, cosmetics, and easy rack, I'm again ranking these firearms the same. Kimber probably has the edge in cosmetics for what they still have in production, but I'm going to allow the 20 plus SIG variants that were available at one point to remain on the used market. We're going to use the final square as a good spot to wrap up today's presentation and put a bow on it, the value square. The value square is one that is the biggest challenge for these firearms. While these two firearms do have features some consumers still want in 2024, a metal frame, they're concealable, single stack only, magazine fed, external hammer fired with mild recoil and full size sights, the problem really is the new price. In my opinion, these firearms need to be in the $499 or less ballpark, not in the $699 or more one. For SIG, it makes a little sense on why they are phasing out all but the California compliant version rather than getting the price lower. A cheaper P238 more directly competes with the P365 380. From Kimber's side of it, it seems like they'd rather cater to a smaller segment of consumers who have deep pockets and mostly buy for cosmetics. SIG used to be in that fight, but it feels like they've bowed out and are instead focused on their very popular P365 platform. At the new price, I don't think either firearm is a very good value for the money buy. In good condition on a used shelf, and I think it gets closer to being in the range of a value buy, but even then, it's tough for me to say they're in the good value bucket. Reliability and maintenance schedule have a lot to do with that. We all want our firearms to be 100% reliable, and these two are not that for me. The SIG is getting better, while the Kimber is what it is. And while the SIG manual is silent on the topic of replacement springs, with how similar these two firearms are, it wouldn't surprise me if in the future I need to replace the recoil spring too often on the P238, like it looks like I need to do now on the Micro 380. As they like to say, it is what it is. And that sounds like the perfect spot to end today's presentation. If you enjoyed the video today, like the video, share it with your friends and family. Sharing the video really helps the channel greatly. If you didn't enjoy the video today, let us know why in the comments, or sleep tonight knowing Fred is judging you. If you're a cat person, Fred is also judging you. Cat person or dog person, I'm glad you made it this far. Thanks for watching, and as always, have a good day. Fred, are you just gonna steal all the Treatos? What about my backup Treato, Fred? Are you going to let a human keep their backup Treato for later? Well, you're not, huh? And it's gone like a baby seal in great white shark territory. Well, anyway, have a good one.